Picture the caveman with yellow, rotten teeth, gumming a leg of mammoth. That picture is wrong and a little rude. The stranger truth is that ancient humans may have had better teeth than you do. They cleaned them on purpose, and they did it with no tube of minty paste at all. So before you feel superior with your fancy electric brush, just stick with me. Because the prehistoric mouth is about to quietly humble your whole dental routine. We imagine our ancestors with mouths like neglected gravestones, but the skulls say otherwise. Tonight we follow the evidence. The rotten caveman myth, the twig brush used for thousands of years, why their diets meant fewer holes, the gritty trade-off, the first dentists, and the honest verdict. Start with the myth we all carry about the rotten caveman. We imagine ancestors with mouths like neglected, crumbling gravestones. But the actual skulls tell a very different story. Hunter-gatherer remains, long before farming, often show teeth with barely a cavity. Not because they were magical, because of what was and was not on the menu. The rotten caveman bit is mostly our projection, not their real biology. Here is the gut punch. On a traditional diet, many ancient humans had fewer cavities than you. The enemy of teeth is sugar and soft starch, and those were rare luxuries then. So the joke is quietly on us modern people. They were not ignoring their teeth. They were just not bathing them in soda. They absolutely cleaned their teeth, and the tool was simple. A chew stick, a twig often from a plant like the Miswak tree, frayed into bristles. They rubbed that frayed end against the teeth, basically brushing with a stick. People in Egypt and Babylonia used them thousands of years ago. The Miswak is still used in parts of the world today, no tube required. It is not a legend. It is a toothbrush that predates the paste by millennia. And they had more than the stick to help. Abrasive powders show up in the record, crushed from shell, charcoal, ash, even salt. They rubbed those on as a kind of prehistoric scrubbing paste. No fluoride, no bubblegum, but a real gritty clean. Cleaning the mouth was a known human habit, not a modern invention. Now the deeper reason their teeth held up, the diet. Hunter-gatherer food was low in the sugar and starch that feed decay bacteria. Then came farming, and everything shifted. As grains became daily bread, the number of cavities climbed. The switch from forager to farmer is written, literally, in the enamel. There are more holes after the harvest than before it. Farming fed more people, but it also fed the bacteria. Here is the twist. Agriculture is what gave humans cavities. More calories meant more starch, more fuel for the bugs that rot teeth. The caveman avoided decay because he was not eating our pantry. We got cavities precisely because we finally could eat all the time. But it was not all wins for the prehistoric mouth. Their diet was gritty in a way ours simply is not. Stone-ground grain carried sand that slowly wore the teeth flat, a steady attrition. Dentists call that plane forming, and ancient jaws show it clearly. They also used toothpicks constantly. Neanderthal jaws even show grooves where a pick scraped for years. So they dodged cavities and earned a different problem, ground down teeth. And a constant need to dig the day's lunch from between them. Be honest about the rest. No floss, no mouthwash, just a twig. The breath was probably a situation, aromatic and entirely unapologetic. They even did dentistry, quietly and early. A tooth from Italy, roughly 14,000 years old, shows neat drill holes. That is an early attempt to treat decay, long before any clinic existed. Neanderthal tartar reveals plant fibers, meaning toothpicks and even aspirin traces. Our dumb cousins were self-medicating and picking their teeth at the same time. The first dentist may predate the first farm. And they decorated the smile. Mayan people set jade and stone into front teeth. Mesopotamians inlaid shells and lapis as status. Teeth were tools and jewelry, not just something to survive with. So did ancient humans brush their teeth? In spirit, yes. They scrubbed with sticks, picked with tools, and ate in a way that spared the enamel. Which part surprised you most, the twig, the drilled tooth, or the jade smile? Comment a number and subscribe.